You ever notice when you sit slumped, your belly starts to look bigger? Does that mean that you have a higher body fat percentage when you're slouched? And then when you sit up nice and tall, it's automatically lower? Of course not. But it clearly shows that the way your stomach looks can be influenced by your posture. Take this woman right here. I think we can all agree she has a very good body composition, yet her lower abdomen sticks out compared to her upper abdomen. And this fact about pooch belly, paunch belly, having that lower abdominal fat is documented in the research. This study showed that altered muscle co-contraction between the pelvic floor and abdominal muscles during breathing can make the lower abs stick out. Those who have a sway back posture where the hips are forward and the trunk is slouched increases rectus abdominis muscle activity. Rectus, damn near killed us, abdominis, attaches at the sternum. When it's tight, it pulls the sternum down. This causes the abdominal contents, so the intestines, guts, all that stuff, to sit lower. So if you want to improve your pooch belly and you've tried fat loss, you've taken care of your gut health, and you've ruled out anything structural, you need to address the postural component. Start with this move. It opens up the rib cage, relaxing the chest and upper ab muscles, allowing you to push the guts up. Lie on your side with a yoga block placed over the middle third of the rib cage. If that's uncomfortable, you can also put a pad or a pillow over the block. The bottom leg is on the ground. The top foot is in front of the bottom ankle. Place your arm overhead in line with your torso. This is called an abducted or abducted position. Just make sure that your arm doesn't fall all the way down to the ground. In this position, take a silent breath in through the nose. Softly exhale through the mouth, and as you do so, sag and melt down into the yoga block. Do not make the inhale or exhale forceful, because this will over-recruit the abdominal muscles and it will limit the benefits of the exercise. Try 5 sets of 5 breaths 2 times per day on both sides for 2 to 4 weeks before you progress to this move. We're gonna get a little bit more ab engagement, but if you get it right, you're going to feel more the lower abs and less of the upper abs. This helps use the ab muscles in a good way to allow you to push the guts up, reducing the pooch belly. Lie on your back with your hips at a 90-degree angle. Do not go more than this, because that will cause you to engage the upper abs, which will reinforce the pooch belly. Straighten your knees. This will put more body weight into the PSIS, which are the 2 little bony points that are at the top of the pelvis. It'll also flatten your lower back out. Bend your elbows and raise your arms up so they're just above overhead. This will cause the upper back to be in contact with the ground. Maintaining your entire back and the PSIS on the ground, you're going to silently breathe in through the nose and softly out through the mouth. Hold this position for 5 sets of 5 breaths 2 times per day. If by some chance that's too easy, you can increase the intensity by doing leg lowers, making sure that the PSIS stays in contact with the ground. Inhale, lower one leg to the ground, keeping the knee bent. Once the heel touches the ground, you want to exhale and bring your leg back to the start. Alternate sides. Be careful that as you lower, you do not arch your back or lose pelvic contact. Do 2 to 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps per side. And if by some chance that's too easy, try flutter kicks. Now you're going to alternate tapping your legs to the ground. Go through big ranges first, and then once you've done that, go for speed. Just make sure that your back stays flat and you keep that PSIS contact. You do not want to force your back onto the ground by crunching, because if you do that, you're using the upper abs. That's gonna limit you fixing the pooch belly. If you go that route, try 3 sets of 20 to heck all the way up to 45 seconds. Trust me, your abs will thank me later. The last series of exercises takes advantage of gravity by bringing the guts more forward. This makes it tough for you to crunch, which can allow you to reduce the pooch belly. Lie on your stomach with your elbows tucked in, your fists should be in line with your collarbones. Your eyes should drift forward on the ground. Take a silent breath in through the nose and a soft exhale through the mouth. Stay here for 5 sets of 5 breaths, 2 times per day. If you've done it for a couple weeks and you want to up the intensity, press up through the forearms in this position. You shouldn't go so far that your back arches or you lose contact of the front of the pelvis on the ground. Hang out here in this position for 5 sets of 5 breaths, 2 times per day, again for 2 to 4 weeks. Once you've mastered the basic concept of those moves, then we can move on to quadruped on elbows. This one is by far the most challenging because most people in this position tend to overreach and crunch. If you do that, that's going to reinforce the pooch belly. I'm going to show you how to actually make this exercise work. Hips, knees, and shoulders at a 90-degree angle. Eyes straight down. Make a triangle with your arms and make the nice heart emoji with your hands. Rotate your hands down as though you're pouring drinks out. Start sagged. Take a silent breath of air in through the nose. On the exhale, press your torso up through 3 points. The pisiform, which is the wiggle bone that's on the pinky side of the wrist, your elbow, and your kneecaps. Keep the pressure through these points evenly at a 3 to 4 out of 10 effort. If you notice that you're crunching, press less with the arms and more with the knees. Maintain this position and breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth for 5 sets of 5 breaths, 2 times per day for 2 to 4 weeks. To increase the difficulty, you can barely, and I'm talking barely, lift the knees up. It'll torch the abs. Just make sure you don't crunch when you do this. Your finisher is this handstand variation. It's super tough, but we can use gravity to help assist the guts moving upward, which will fix the pooch belly. You'll weight bear on your pisiform and forearm just like we did on the previous moves. Only this time you're going to have your feet walk up along the wall. Maintain this position, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep that 3 to 4 out of 10 pressure through the forearms and do your darndest to avoid crunching. Go 5 sets of 5 breaths, 2 times per day for 2 to 4 weeks. If you're dedicated to this and you want even more moves to help fix this problem, then I would check out this video right here, which also has a lot of good exercises for taking care of that pooch belly.